This week we'll be going over all of the achievements in Stray, tearing up some rugs, and nuzzling some robot legs. This game has 24 achievements and takes an average of about 14 hours to actually complete. And now, let's get into it. Starting out, we'll hang out with some of our cat friends, scratch some trees, which by the way you'll need to scratch something on each chapter, whether it's a rug, a tree, or a door for the territory achievement. And then go on a little adventure jumping on pipes as cats do. Only this time we'll get missed jump for falling inside the city. When you fall off of this pipe, you're going to go down into the underground city where a civilization of robots live. Next, we'll have Can't Catch Me for completing the first Zerk chase without being caught. That means once this chase sequence begins, you cannot have any Zerks grab onto you. I'll let this run play out the rest of the way so that you can see this route that I took. It's probably going to be the hardest achievement mechanically, but it really isn't too bad. Just zigzag back and forth as you're running, and hug the walls when you can to avoid them being able to jump on you. Now, if you do get caught at some point, we can work on no more lives for dying 9 times. Just let them jump on you to kill you, and then you'll restart and you can try to run through again. If you end up making it through before you die 9 times, you can always just reload this chapter or one of the other ones where you can die and then get this achievement farmed out. Then a little bit later, we'll be able to get another unmissable achievement, Not Alone, for meeting B12. Once you get into the flat and solve the power puzzle, you can fix up B12 and meet him for this achievement. This is the point of the game where you're going to have to start working on I Remember for finding all of B12's memories scattered across the game. I made a video going over all of these so that you can check that out, and that's the one that I'd recommend having pulled up as you play through the game the first time to make sure that you can get this collectible one done. Of course, you can always reload chapters to clean up any that you missed once you get to the end. Then once we get to the slums, you can get Cat Got Your Tongue for having B12 translate a robot. This will unlock once you get up to the main square and talk to Guardian. You can of course also get a Little Chatty for meowing 100 times pretty much at any point in the game. Just spam the meow button enough and you'll get that achievement eventually. Another one you can spam at pretty much any time throughout the game is Catapult for jumping 500 times. If you're farming achievements and collectibles, you'll probably get this naturally anyway, but if you need to, you can just jump up and down on something until it pops. For Boom Chat Kalaka, you'll need to dunk the basketball. When in the slums in the center area, you can come over to the side near the trader guy, and there's going to be a basketball sitting right here. Just push it so that it goes down into the barrel here, and you'll get this achievement. Pretty close by here, but on the other side of the main square area, you can get Curiosity Killed the Cat for wearing the paper bag. You have a few of these throughout the map that you could do this with, but the first one here is where I got it. You just walk up to the bag and interact with it to put it on. Then while in the slums, we can also go get Tele for browsing through all of the TV channels. Just jump up on top of the slums area and come over to this couch with a TV. If you start interacting with the remote enough, it's going to change the channels, and you just keep on going with that until you eventually unlock this achievement. While here, we can go ahead and get Meowlody for bringing all of the music sheets to Morosk. There are 8 of these scattered throughout the slums, and once you have them all, you'll need to hand each one over to him one by one until you finally get the achievement. I'll quickly go over the locations of all of these sheets of music. The first one is going to be over to the left of Guardian in this safe that has a code taped to it. Nice, very secure. So just put in 1283 and grab the sheet music from inside. The second one is in Elliot's shop on the first floor, stuck to a painting of him. The third is on this table upstairs above the bar. The fourth is in Clementine's house on this bookshelf right here. The fifth is on this piano in the house that is basically just a library. The 6th is in Momo's house. You just have to go through this small little grate and climb right up here to grab it. The 7th is up here on this balcony in the slums, sitting on a table. And finally, the 8th one is going to be from the trader to the right of Guardian. You'll need to trade 1 energy drink for it, and these energy drinks are scattered around in these vending machines throughout the slums. And then before we continue on, I'm going to take a little detour to remind you to like the video and subscribe if you're not already. And then if you really want to support the channel, hit the join button below the video to become a member for as little as 99 cents, or you can do one of the higher tiers that have perks like shoutouts at the end of my videos. Of course, you then get the music badge, which we will need for this next achievement, badges, that you get once you collect all 6 of the cat badges in the game. The second one will then be the Outsider badge that you get automatically during the story when you complete Chapter 6. The third will be the Plant badge that you get in the Ant Village chapter. You just have to grab the 3 plant types of red, yellow, and white, and then return those to this gardener robot. The fourth will be in Midtown. You'll just need to go over to this little shop early on in the chapter and get the code to a safe from this poster. Then use that code 8542 on this safe to open it up and grab the cat badge. The fifth one will be the police badge, also in Midtown. You'll need to head over here down in this alleyway, and you'll be able to climb your way up around here. Eventually you'll be able to jump into this barred window above a red pipe, and if you search a dead robot body inside, you can get your police badge. Then the last one will be the Neko badge, which is still in Midtown, but specifically in the Neko Corp factory. You'll need to come over here to this pizza box and pick up these lost keys. Then come back around here to the left and you can return them to this robot who will give you your final badge needed for the achievement. Next up will be Cat's best friend for nuzzling 5 robots, which you technically need to do between the slums and Midtown. Basically just walk up to the robots and see if they have the second option to nuzzle them, and then do that when you can. There are quite a few in Midtown, but there are also a couple in the slums that you're going to want to do. At some point you'll also want to get Productive Day for sleeping for more than 1 hour. I chose to load up the slums chapter and lay down next to the music playing robot, and then left and just watched a show while waiting for it to finish. Then Pacifist is for getting through the entire sewers chapter without killing any Zerks. This isn't too hard to do as long as you just run and try not to touch any of the Zerk pods. Really, you just have to be sure to never use your UV light during the chapter and you'll get it even if you die a time or two. For Catastrophe, you'll need to try to play Mahjong with the robots. There will be a couple of robots playing this game at a table in the Ant Village, and when you try to interact with it, you kind of ruin the game. Of course, they aren't too happy about that. Then Catwalk you'll get as soon as you reach Midtown, so it of course is unmissable. And Sneakitty you'll get for making it through Midtown without being detected by any of the Sentinels. That's going to be both in the Neko Corporation area where you have to jump between boxes and hide behind crates, and then when you try to return to Clementine's apartment. That's going to be the area that can sometimes be a little confusing as they do shut down some of the routes that you would normally be able to go, but if you just follow what I'm doing on the screen here, you'll get through it just fine. Then we can end up getting Scratch for scratching the vinyl in the club. This is going to be near the end of Midtown when you finally get access to the club, and in the first part of it, there's going to be a record on one of the tables that you can pick up and drop on the turntable. Then just start scratching it, and it'll unlock. Shortly after that, we'll be able to get Alcatraz for going to jail. This is another unmissable story achievement that will pop up after you're betrayed and thrown into cat jail. Then the last unmissable achievement will be Eye Opener for completing the game and opening the city. This is going to unlock essentially once you finish the game. And now we do have one more achievement left. I Am Speed is for completing the game in less than 2 hours. This is just going to be where the timer on your save needs to be less than 2 hours once you finish the game. So you can use my standalone video over here where I show my run and then just pause your game to see what I do, and then do it on your side to make sure that you're getting it done quickly enough. And with that, we have all of the achievements in Stray. Now, be sure to check out my playlist for my other Stray achievement guides or whichever one of my videos YouTube recommends.